This video reviews variables. When conducting an experiment, it is important to make sure that an experiment is fair or controlled in order for scientists to know they are getting the results they are looking for. Variables are factors that can be changed in an experiment. Only one variable should be tested at a time. The rest of the variables must remain controlled or unchanged. An experiment in which only one variable is manipulated or changed is called a controlled experiment. It is fair. The one variable that is purposefully changed to test a hypothesis is the manipulated or independent variable. In a graph, the independent variable goes on the x-axis. The factor that may change in response to the independent variable is the responding variable, or the dependent variable. In a graph, the dependent variable goes on the y-axis. This graph has the x-axis and y-axis labeled. The independent variable goes on the x-axis, and the dependent variable goes on the y-axis. When completing an experiment, a control group is created, so we have a group to compare our results to. The control group receives the same controlled variables in the experiment. However, it does not receive the independent variable. Here is an example. You are testing how the amount of sunlight a plant receives affects its growth. You place one plant by the window, one plant in the middle of the room, and one in the closet. We want to control the experiment, so we know that the only variable affecting plant growth is the amount of sunlight. What is the independent variable? What are you changing in this example? Amount of sunlight. You can change the amount of sunlight the plant receives. However, all the plants must be the same type, have the same type of soil, and receive the same amount of water. Remember, you are testing how the amount of sunlight a plant receives affects its growth, and you placed one plant by the window, one in the middle of the room, and one in the closet. What is the dependent variable? What is the result you are analyzing? Height of the plant. What is the control group in this experiment? Which group did not receive the independent variable? Remember, the independent variable was the amount of sunlight. The plant in the closet, because it did not receive any sunlight.